Kings and Queens, your majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Trust you and yours are well, and you're loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you, my esteemed subscribers. You loved, celebrated, and of course appreciated. I would want us to have a discussion today again about the Sahel and Burkina Faso, to be precise. Something happened there just some days ago, and I said I'll have to share this with you. And there is a reason why I'm bringing this information here, because up here, you know what we do here. We do not look at religion. We look at ourselves as Africans, as brothers and sisters first, before any of the religion. That's what I keep talking about here. I keep preaching about here, that we shouldn't allow these religions divide us, but we should see beyond this religion, because before this religion came and mixed up with us, before this religion came and messed us up, we were Africans and we see ourselves as that. We are brothers and sisters. So it happened that, of course, as all of you know already, this is a season of fasting for the Muslim faithful, and it's also the season of Lent for the Christian faithful as well. So there was something that happened in Burkina Faso that got me so happy. You know, when I was talking about Saudi Arabia, proposing 200 marks, and Ibrahim said, no, that's not what we want now. A lot of Muslims were not happy, because it was like, why is Abigail sounding like Traore is denouncing Islam? It's not to support any of the religion. I keep telling you that these are foreign bodies. These are foreign entities that came and mixed up with us. Of course, there is something of ours which they're all built upon. But when you look at it from a critical perspective, you discover that these religions are just there to confuse us and make us stupid. According to the local news that Traore made, Muslims and Christians break fast during Ramadan and Lent. This is something that you would hardly see. I'm not going to say you would never see, but you would hardly see it happening in any community. And it's like a shock. It's like a shock, and that's why it's like Traore keeps sending shock waves across the continent and the whole world, organizing things that is unheard of, that normally would not happen. You know, there is this feud between Christians and Muslims in terms of religion and superiority. One will say, okay, ours is better, we're the one going to heaven. The other part will say, no, you don't know God, it's we that know God, we're the custodian, those kind of a thing. And then to see a community like Burkina Faso, where over 50% of them are Muslims, to see that they have this food, eating together. I know eating together as a community is symbolic as well. It's symbolic. It shows unity. For you to accept food from your brother, for you to accept food and eat it into your system, is symbolic. It shows trust. This is exactly what we are talking about. And that's why I keep telling you here that we need to see beyond religion. Because if we do not see beyond religion, we will not develop as the African people. And this is exactly what the upper hand out there is trying to do. They are trying to make us hate on each other. They are trying to make us turn us into fanatics. Okay, you become a fanatic. You don't see your other brother in the other religion as a human being anymore, and then you begin to behave out of the normal.
In the capital Ouagadougou, thousands gather for a royal dinner to break their fast during Ramadan and Christian Lent. The shared meal is a show of social cohesion between Christians and Muslims in Burkina Faso.
I welcome this initiative, which serves as a framework for fostering unity between different religions and promoting coexistence, going beyond the divisions created by those who seek to separate the sons and daughters of Burkina Faso.
When we talk about social cohesion, when communities get together in the same setting, that's part of social cohesion. So if this initiative is multiplied, I think there'll be peace in our country.
This initiative, led by young people, aims to promote peace and unity amidst the challenges posed by terrorism. The country has been battling an insurgency by Islamist militants, which triggered a series of coups. Aid agencies say that over the last decade, some 2 million people have been displaced and tens of thousands killed by jihadist violence. The gathering of Christians and Muslims aims to demonstrate that faith should not be a reason to split people.
We have neighbors who give us food, but we refuse to eat because such and such a person is of a different religious persuasion. So, if we can't tolerate each other as neighbors, that's what leads people to take up arms against their neighbors, because if you don't eat food with each other, that means you can't kill each other. It's a message. If you come and share a Muslim and Christian meal together, it means that you can eat together and avoid coming to blows, that you can avoid going to war with each other.
Prime Minister Emmanuel Ouedraogo lauded such initiatives as important in fostering a free nation and social cohesion in the face of terrorism. During a meeting with the widows and orphans of soldiers killed on the battlefield, the country's military leader, Ibrahim Traore, expressed commitment to ending aggression from radical groups.
All right, Majesties, that's from the local news. And you see, I keep telling you here that Ibrahim Traore is that force that cannot be reckoned with, okay? You know, after this whole issue of Saudi Arabia proposing mosques, there was a lot of misconception after that. A lot of people came out to say different things, different opinions. Some got us wrong. Some felt like we're trying to make it look like Ibrahim do not support Islam. We're trying to make it look like... But I am just so happy that Traore understands the game and he knows how to play the game, because of course if you don't understand the game, how do you play it? Okay, prior to all the religion, prior to Islam, Christianity, Judaism, whichever religion you want to call that is practiced vastly in the continent of Africa, we were Africans, brothers and sisters. So why should we allow the idea of religion cause commotion in our midst? And because the moment there is a religious war or whatever misconception or misunderstanding, there cannot be development. And what Ibrahim is after is the development and the liberation of his people, whether Muslims or Christians. So his interest is in the growth of his people, those who are under him. Whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Muslim, it's not a problem to Ibrahim. Whether you're a Christian community trying to help, whether you're a Muslim community trying to help, that is not what he is after. What he is after is the liberation of his people and the independence, the economic independence of his people, the Burkinabés. Now, prior to this whole issue, now I want to take you deep into the whole situation because some of you do not really understand. There was something that was happening. I decided not to just get involved before this, the prince of Saudi made this proposal to Burkina Faso. There was something that happened. Do you know that the Vatican sent delegates to visit Ibrahim Traore? Most of you were not aware of that. I saw that and I'm like, there is something these people want to do. Okay, most of you are not aware of it. The Vatican sent delegates to Ibrahim Traore before the Saudi Arabia's proposal of building 200 mosques. So when we talk here, sometimes some of you who do not really understand what is going on or don't even know what is happening will think that we're bringing to you information that we are not aware of. And you quickly jump into saying it is false news. It is not the right information because you're not seeing it in mainstream media. Did mainstream media tell you that Ibrahim Traore was visited by the Vatican? So what is that in Burkina Faso? What is that thing in Ibrahim Traore that is attracting the Vatican? And after the Vatican visited, they had communication. Like I told you, I saw this. I told myself, I'm not going to get involved in this. I just hope Ibrahim is not swayed by these people. Okay? Now, shortly after Vatican came and left, Saudi proposed 200 mosques. Are you seeing what is... Your Majesties, do you understand this? There are things that I keep telling you here that I cannot say, okay? But if you understand geopolitics and how religion is used as a tool you understand perfectly the game that was played, the trap that was set for Ibrahim, and he successfully jumped over that trap. I told you when we're talking about the issue of the 200 months, this is a trap. Because the Vatican visited, shortly after that, Saudi proposed 200. You want to turn this, it's like the effort of Ibrahim, they just want to destroy it with religion. Then tomorrow they'll tell you it's a religious war. The reason why Burkina Faso could not succeed anymore is religious war. Because the Christians are now fighting the Muslims. The Muslims are now fighting the Christian. This is how they will turn the whole situation. And then you would be there thinking that it is a religious war. When already politically, that upper hand, I keep telling you, had used the religion that has always been used as a tool, because it has always been a tool to destroy Burkina Faso, and the effort that Ibrahim Traore have been putting in all the while, which it will never happen because he saw through this. I told you from the beginning, Ibrahim Traore, the force behind that man, it's not a force that anybody can just, most of you think that that man is just there, Ibrahim Traore, the youngest president in the continent and the world. But I tell you, the ancestors of the African people are with him, and if the African ancestors are backing anybody, just know that the universe is backing the person. Your Majesty, the Creator, the Almighty, the source of life, the spark of life, is behind Ibrahim Traore. And sometimes you see him make decisions. The question that runs through minds is, how do this young man come to this? How did he end up making such decision? How was he able to decode? How was he able? This is the same man that spies will be sent, and these same spies will come and confess that they were sent to come kill him. Your Majesties, this is it. This is it. So what are we saying? That whether you're a Christian or a Muslim, you were African first. And this is the message that Ibrahim is passing out to all of us at this time, at this moment, where the Muslim faithful and the Christian faithful are in a fast. They should realize this sooner than later, so that the enemy would not use this tool to keep tying us down as Africans, to keep destroying the little effort that we put in by day. Okay? So if you can be a Muslim, practice your Islam, you're free to do that. You can be a Christian, practice your Christianity. You're free to do that. You can be whatever religion at all that you want to be. Practice that religion. There's no problem with that. Okay? But remember that you were African first. And that is what is important. That is what counts. Your Majesties, the earlier we realize this, the better for us. Yes, Majesty, so this is what I want to show you today. And I told you, whenever I talk about the Sahel, I'm always happy, elated, all right? There are lots of information from the Sahel which I want to share with you this time, because a lot is going on in the Sahel. Something happened in Niger. Watch out for that video. It's coming up soon. And I'm happy about that as well. A lot is going, like I said, a lot is going on in the Sahel that we need to talk about, deliberate about. I told you the Sahel is my own personal business, because when they took over, I trusted them. Go to my old videos and check it out. I told you that these freedom fighters are different from what we had as coups in the past, in the 60s and late 50s and 60s. These freedom fighters, they call them juntas, they call them tyrants, they call them what have you. But I saw that these people, these men in the Sahel, these three wise men, were going to shake something. I believed in them from the beginning. So it's my personal project, and you'll be hearing me talking about them often, so do not get tired at all, right? What do you think, Your Majesties? Leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section. I'm going to see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always, Your Majesties. Bye for now.